Alright guys, welcome back to another breakdown. I have my quad here and I'm going to go over what I have on it, why I'm using it, and what I like about it and don't like. I have, this is an Iflight XL5 frame. This is a great frame. It's very strong for the price. You can't beat the price. It's $35 for a whole entire frame. So if you break arms, just get a spare frame. You'll have 4 arms and a spare frame. I've never had any issues with the body of the frame itself. I've broken 4 or 5 arms so far, but those are really extremely hard crashes, like 50, 100 foot plus, just straight plummets to the earth, and that just happens. So anyway, go start from the top here. Start from the power system. This is a Race Day Quads 5S 1300 milliamp battery, and wow, what a beast. Oh, here's a tip and trick here. Produce rubber band. Eat your broccoli. Check that out. Not gonna break that. Just take it off. Race Day Quads rubberized straps. I have yet to break one of these yet. I've stretched one. Not one of these. Oh, it is that. That's the worst I've done to one of these battery straps yet. Just that little bit right there. I'm not worried about that. That's just some rubber, some silicone. Anyway, with a battery protector. I got nice batteries. They're expensive, and I don't plan on demolishing them anytime soon, so I like to put that on there. Anyway, this is a GoPro Session 5. I love that camera. I'm so upset that they're discontinuing this. Damn it. GoPro, why? Anyway, so the 5S is powering my Helio spring, all-in-one flight controller. You might see some copper EMF shielding. I've got that covering my OSD, my F3, and my F4 underneath. I've conformal coated the entire flight control board to seal the electronic components so that they don't short. So when you lay the copper on top, it won't short anything out. So you guys got to remember that. I've heard some horror stories. It's just people. It's conductive. It's copper. It will short your leads out. Anyway, so Helio spring powering Tico 32 ESCs. Sorry. They are the individual Tico 32s, as you can see, 35 amp. These are amazing ESCs. The smoothest, most powerful ESCs I've used to date. I've tried many, and even 4-in-1s, and these are just hands down the best. They probably don't need it, but I've got 470 microfarad capacitor, 35 volt capacitors, because I run 5S, and there's a lot of noise that goes into that. And I don't have any video feed. I don't think I had any video feed problems before, but why not? It's just a little added comfort, right? So anyway, Tico 32s powering Emax LS2207 2400 kV motors. These are amazing motors. They're not the highest kV. They're not the lowest, because I still can run 5S on these motors. They don't really get any more warmer than 4S. In fact, I want to say 4S got warmer than the 5S. Great motors. I use Boca bearings from Amazon. $10 for 10 bearings, and you replace them, you've got a smooth running motor again. Brand new motor, feels like. And you buy the bells for pretty cheap. You get 2 of them for $15 on eBay. Amazing. I mean, really. It's the cheapest way to go. Motors are like $18, $19 in the first place. So for the price, you get a hell of a motor, and decent reliability. I can say they don't ding up, they don't really mess up, except for the bearings, but that's every motor that I've ever experienced. Moving on, that's the FX2 Ultimate from AKK that runs 1200 milliwatts, if it does that. I've got the Caddx SDR2 camera. I really like this camera. I'd like to try the Plus version where it just came out. The Plus version has an M12 lens instead of an M8 lens that this uses, and hopefully that allows more light in and better light handling characteristics and resolution altogether. What else to say? Grip. This is great stuff. I've never lost a battery with this stuff either. Grip is fantastic stuff. Can't say enough. I'm using a RSXR receiver. It's a little dirty, but she does phenomenal for what I do with it. What great range it has. I use this, as you could probably see, this method for my antennas. I've never messed an antenna up this way. I've never broken an antenna this way. The heat shrink will cut, the heat shrink will tear, and when you notice it, just replace it, and you won't break an antenna. I've never messed them up this way. Anyway, VAS Minion, that's a great antenna. Look at the size of that thing. It's tiny. You can fit it just about anywhere. I got a couple of dabs of hot glue on the bottom of it and holding the coax in place so that it doesn't pull it out or break. And I connected on both sides of those notches on the Iflight frame, if you can tell right there. Sorry I'm shaking. I've had coffee and no breakfast. Anyway, great antenna. What great range it has. I fly a long range out, probably longer than I should with my receiver, and this antenna holds up just fine. Great transmission between that VTX and that antenna. That's a MMCX connector, by the way. I'm preferring those nowadays. All up weight, this guy is about 720 grams, believe it or not. She is pretty heavy, but the flight characteristics and the smoothness it's unsurpassed for a amateur build here. This is what I would call a amateur/pro build. I'm no pro whatsoever, but she flies like, if I were to give this to a pro, they'd probably enjoy it, is all I'm saying. Good flying quad, no doubt. Stock PIDs, basically. Lower the Ds just a hair to keep the motors cool. And she's got barely any prop wash. It's amazing. What I use is, let me get it, AMWay V1 Commander. I love this goggle. This is a great goggle. I use the Ion, I believe this is, the VAS Ion. I have yet to try this. I'm really excited to try this. This will be upcoming. I also use a triple feed patch, the other side of the Commanders here, and a QX7 for transmitter. I'll be getting the R9 mod here soon, so I'll upgrade my range, hopefully. So, anyway, that's my setup. That's what I use so far, guys. The only problem I've ever had is with a quad like this, the components I use, the OSD on this Helio spring is giving me issues. Don't mind all the solder and whatnot. I'm going to clean that up. That was just from desoldering it, getting it off the quad, and replacing this brand new flight controller here. The problem is this OSD isn't working either, so I'm a little confused on what's going on here. I don't know if this is a Helio spring issue or what. I've never seen this issue before. I've never had an issue with OSDs before, so I'm a little confused. Anyway, this OSD was working fine, and then it quit. So that's why I took it off. I like to fly out of my range and my capability, and I like to have some numbers coming back to me telling me what I can and can't do, what I should not be doing. And I don't like to fly without OSD anymore, I found out. So I replaced it with this. This OSD also doesn't work, and that was after I conformal coated the whole entire board. I set it up properly, and it just doesn't work. I don't know what to say. So hopefully Race Day Quads or Helio Spring could answer that, fix that for me, because it's starting to get expensive. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and thank you very much, and have a good one.